But hey, I tried. But with 2 bosses out of the way, now we get to have a bit of a choice. We could take on Inarabitta. Fuck Inarabitta. More often than not, after I get the Flame Chip, I take care of Death Tans. Specifically because the Flame Chip allows us to do a bunch of gimmicking within this stage. That, again, if you never go back to this stage, and at that, never come into it with the Fire Chip, you would never know that you could do! Because, of course, older games were like that. You can incinerate the grass and whatnot. This can reveal some secrets that you wouldn't know existed. Case in point, this tree right here, burn. In here specifically, you can get a bit of HP, and also another container. Burn to the ground. Yeah, exactly. Another thing that you might not have known, Recoil Rod can break certain blocks, these specifically. Breaking this set gets you another one. And again, Fire Chip lets you get a shortcut here with an extra 1-up too. Alright, this is not the mid-boss, but it is a cutscene, which we're gonna be skipping. Here's another door, in case you missed it. This one just has some E-crystals in it. If you've got a hankering for them, go for it. More often than not, you might not need it. But again, you may need it, considering the Cyber Elves. We'll get into that in a bit. But first, we gotta deal with one of the more annoying mid-bosses. Hope you like worms. This boss is a bit finicky. I've tried doing the research to figure out how best to tackle this guy without taking as much damage. There's not really a concrete solution. Some of it is luck, some of it is reflexes. Case in point. I hope you like worms. Never been a fan of the Worms series. To your credit, it's a bit of an acquired taste. I happen to like the games, but I also recognize that because I don't have the appropriate people to play with, I can't really enjoy it to the same extent as any other person. It's a good artillery-style game if you like the genre. And donk, there it goes. Act! Rude. You sit at that wall and think about what you've done. I wonder what that random health pickup is doing there. Definitely couldn't be hiding a secret, could it? We'll see. Actually, the short answer is yes. It is hiding a secret. Though not in the way that you might think. It's actually a one-way path. Where's the entrance to that one-way path? Quite a ways along. In this direction, actually. Act. Right down... third hole here. You get some rewards for going down here, approximately to this height. You can get a max health pickup, an extra container, an extra data shit. Ah. And all things considered, I might want to grind up some HP. Because against Death Tans, I'm gonna need a full tank. This is gonna be a luck-based mission. If I'm good, then maybe we could take him out with a full HP bar. If I'm not, then we're gonna be losing a lot of lives here. Because Death Tans kinda sucks. Ow. Case in point. He's got a really fast melee attack that you could perform. The idea is that you're supposed to be doing a lot of jumping around and gimmicking to try and deal with him, because Death Tans does that as well. But I found more often than not, it doesn't exactly help. Or at least not in the way that you might think. Especially when he does that attack. Ugh. There is a way that you could do it without getting hit, but it's very specific, and... I never have luck doing it. Ugh. I never have luck with this boss. Yeah, the A rank is pretty much screwed in this run. And I also haven't been picking up the Sniper Elves, so great. A perfect edge. Ow, the edge. Actually... Oh, that was my code name. Right! That's another thing I do need to mention. In 10 with the rank, depending on what you do to clear the stage, it also determines your nickname. If you happen to prefer using one specific weapon over all the others, then your nickname will be based around that weapon, for an example. If you clear a stage super quickly, then your name will appropriately show that. Ow. I got bricked. Oh, seriously? How did I not hit you there? At least that hit. think one more fully charged Saber will be enough to take it out. Maybe 2. Okay, 2. There we go. HP. Such, by the way, you can just walk through that if you wanted to. Right, I want to do some extra messing around here, because I thought there was something up there. Maybe, maybe there isn't. Nah, that's not. Both. Yeah, he needs some HP. Of course, none of the enemies around here are gonna give me that HP. These turrets kind of low. Because, like, they're only weak when they open up. And it takes a while for them to open up in the first place. Okay. Alright, Death Tans, let's try this again. Ow. Good. Got nicked by that. Got pushed by that. Like, see? Sometimes it just feels like it's a luck-based mission whether you do well on this specific boss fight or not. Done. This time around, I got super lucky. What the hell? Like, on the one hand, I get it. If you are good with the recoil rod, then maybe you can interrupt him on some of his attacks and push him around. How is that a B? I'm actually confused. How is that a B? What if the bosses have rank management? Define that. The better you do, the harder... It could be. It could be. But I also know that, shoot, I was gonna mention something. Have I not been picking up any Cyber Elves? Before we get to Inarabitta, I do need to mention something quick. Every single boss has its own specific score variables to determine rank. I thought it was a general thinger where it's like, hey, if you get within this specific range, then you get this specific rank. But no, it's different for each and every stage. And Inarabitta sucks. I don't know what it is, but I have terrible luck with rabbits, and this is no exception. Yes, Inarabitta is a rabbit. Also the youngest of the gentle judges. And speaking of out-of-the-way things, boop, you can get yet another data chip here. But no, the reason why this stage sucks is because it's a race. Make your jokes about tortoise and hare now. Essentially, Inarabitta has a spiked submarine. Your objective is to slow it down. You do that by speeding ahead of it and finding these switches. You stand on them, you lower the water level, you force Inarabitta into barriers and whatnot along the way. This can open up extra goodies that you can pick up. That you can pick up within the stage, and a whole bunch of extra secrets too. It also makes the boss fight at the end easier. Because, well, you're lowering the water level of the entire area, so yeah. My big issue with this is all the spikes everywhere! And there are an absolute fuck ton of spikes. I never have success with Inarabitta. For one reason or another. Either I have a lot of stupid deaths by just running into the spikes, case in point, I almost died right there. Or otherwise... Whoop, almost died to the spikes right there. Or otherwise, in the effort to try and speed along and get to where I need to as quickly as possible, I die from excess damage. On the bright side, this first section here only has 2 switches. The next section has 3. And all of them are in stupid locations. Why? It's such a pain doing this race against Inarabitta because of all these spikes. And every time you get spiked, then everything just gets all that much worse. Actually, you know what? Fuck me. Also, there's a data chit down there. At least I noticed with Death Sands, it seems like having to use a continue doesn't affect the lives lost, which is good. I think it's like Zutaba or something like that. There are more annoying attack cries in this game, honestly. Not again! How many times am I gonna do that? That's 2. Damn it, the sounds are adorable! And I gotta wait here so Inarabitta can take through this. Allow me to proceed. It's a narrow jump, but it's doable. We got some Poon Men here. Because you don't just solve your problems, you Poon them. And speaking of Poon your problems... our mid-boss. Has something like this manifest? Essentially, it revolves around the plot of this specific game. It has to do with something that you may be familiar with if you played the X series of games, the Mother Elf. The Mother Elf corrupts and becomes known as the Dark Elf. And it becomes one of our antagonists for 0-3. The Mother Elf has the ability to corrupt mechanoids into being more dangerous and corrupt forms. Okay, that's that switch. At least for here, I usually don't worry about any more switches because there is no way in hell I could speed past Inarabitta before he destroys another one. Case in point, there's a switch right here. That was the last switch, by the way. Because here is the boss. And this is why I at least recommend that if you're not going to get all 4 switches, get 3. Because Inarabitta has a few attacks that depend on the water level. At that, Inarabitta is also weak to the fire chip. Case in point, these his torpedo attack is dependent on the water level. You can do some gimmicking with that. Let's see. Done! Sorry, Inarabitta. Bet I gotta make rabbit soup out of you. And B. Damn it, just barely shy. Actually, if anything, I think getting a... I think having to use a continue temporarily locks you out of the A rank. Such, there's your incentive for trying to get all the A ranks if you ever want to do that. Don't use a single continue. There's another thing that does also lock you out of getting an A rank, or rather, getting something from an A rank. Oh, right, Godspeed, Edge Boy. That's because I did that specific stage mostly with the Saber, and because I did it super quickly. Skip these scenes. X is tossing a missile somewhere. We gotta deal with that. Or, sorry, copy X. Not X proper. There's a story reason. And here's something that few people do. Yee! Egg. And take out this camera. This music is so good. Donk. There's nothing up there. There's a heavy cannon. Gotta take care of that quick. There's yet another one of those up there. This spike pit tends to catch me off guard when I'm speedrunning the stage. Ah, crap. Ugh, and that's why I hate heavy cannons. They hurt so much. You can have all the preparation in the world, but it's not gonna save you. If a heavy cannon decides to donk you, you're gonna hurt. Oh, case in point! Need some help? Nice. Oh, less nice. And we don't get a checkpoint in this specific stage until we get to the second half of it. There's no mid-boss or anything like that. There is a final boss, and it's gonna be a bit peculiar, but it will make sense. I hate this. Thank you, Recoil Rod. You've saved my bacon. Let's wait here for a little bit, just so I can get this platform. Whew. Oh, come on, Heavy Cannon. Heavy Cannon, I hate. I hate heavy cannons. Oh, great, no HP. What? Hold it! What nicked me? Game? Actually, you know what? I want to rinse this. Specifically so I can potentially salvage my A rank. Because the game does give you a few moments where you can salvage the A rank for the next set of Robot Masters. This is one of them. Ow. Double ow. Rude. Actually, this gives us an opportunity to show off the other thing that will lock you out of an A rank. This digital door right here. When you go through it, you enter what is known as the Cyber Dimension. It's a specific thing for this game, essentially a way to make stages easier for new players. When you go in there, you are subject to the effects of every single Cyber Elf that you've collected up to this point. It purposely makes you stupidly overpowered and makes the level shorter and easier. However, this comes at a cost. That cost being you will permanently lock yourself out of the A rank for the stage. Good. Good to save some health. And let's see if I can take you out for a bit of health. Woo! Heal you from a safe distance. Heal you from a safe distance. Rude. But it's at least a little bit of HP. And here's the midpoint of the stage. This is a rocket. Now we're aboard the rocket. Get some HP. And a moment to say this, we're gonna be seeing a couple new enemies in this area. Well, one new enemy. And that purple thing, it's called... You'll laugh when you hear the name of the English name of that. It's called a purple Nurple. Yeah. Yeah. I've got nothing. If you're good, you can get that 1-up up there. I usually don't because it's very finicky and requires you to do a bunch of gimmicking. But first, boss fight. Another set of secondary antagonists. The Baby Elves. Preya and Kreia. These two are Cyber Elves that were created using some of the same everything as the Mother Elf. There are 2 points in the game in which you fight them. The second time is a lot more difficult than the first. But even then, these two can be fairly dangerous. Because, for one, they have a lot more health than the average boss. Oh, come on! For one, they have a lot more health than the average boss. For two, they have harder to avoid attacks than most other bosses in the game. But there are instances when you can hit both of the elves simultaneously, or otherwise alternate attacks on them. Case in point right here. This attack can be fairly annoying to dodge if you're not careful. Done. Sometimes they do like to trap you in the corner, yeah. Other times, you can get lucky. Ah, B! Shame.